Peace and love. My name is Kamal Imani, and today I would like to speak about the joys and the art of manhood, of being a father and being a husband. Come August 17th this year, I will have been married for 25 years and with my lady for about 28 years as we courted and were friends and dated before we were married. And I learned so much. And like I think it was the Fearless, no, it wasn't the Fearless Four, it was the Furious Five, I believe. They had a saying in their rap, and that was "Women like you make men out of me." And it takes a strong woman and a good woman, which most of our women are, to make a man have to stand up as she raises the bar. You know what I'm saying? You have to stand up and meet her at that level, and not in a competitive way, but try to maintain or surpass in terms of just being who you are, trying to be the provider and definitely the protector, elevate her, inspire her. And I say raise the bar like this because we know that it's very hard on the black man, the African man, the Moor, the Kemite, the African in America, in terms of achieving the same level of finances that our women have achieved. And that's for various reasons, as we know. If you don't know about post traumatic slavery syndrome, you should definitely look into that because that's another subject. But that has a strong effect on the black man. And this is why, in many instances, we leave our women, which is an act of cowardice. I know it's out of frustration and it's out of emotional, mental, and spiritual demasculation, but it's still cowardice. And then it's hard when your woman loses her patience, and in many cases, rightly so. But both of you have to understand post traumatic slavery syndrome in any relationship. Now, what brings me a lot of joy is that I was raised by a single mother in Harlem till I was 3, the Bronx, New York till I was 9, then Teaneck, New Jersey, all the way up to manhood. Raised by a single mother, various sisters from various men, babies, daddies, stepfathers, or whatever we were calling these men that came around. Many of them contributed in whatever way they could. Um, so I always yearned for what I saw on television. Well, in later years, it was the Cosby Show, the Huxtables, seeing a professional man and a professional woman together with their children being educated and guided rightly. But even before that, looking at like the white shows, this is going back like My Three Sons or even the Brady Bunch. You had children from different families, but they still end up having a father and a mother. So when I was in the nation, we had artwork. We had artwork on the wall. I had the sun, moon, and star, the man, woman, and the child. And I had that on my wall up in the attic in Teaneck, the infamous attic. And I always wanted that, and I had learned in the lessons of the nation to respect, protect, and elevate the woman, and that a nation can rise no higher than its woman. And one of my friends gave me a tape back in the day. I'll shout him out, Mike Millions. He gave me a cassette tape back in the day about the domestic life by the Minister Farrakhan, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And the minister talked about how when he was rebuilding the nation, he would have holes in his shoes. He would have suits which was mismatched from the thrift shop or the five and dime or whatever. And but he had on a clean white shirt. But he made sure his woman and his children were doing better than him. And that's a lesson that I always carry with me. See, a lot of men in America and in the Western culture, through the videos in Hollywood, etc., we believe that we have to be pimps, players, hustlers, and gangsters and have all of this throwaway money to spend, not to invest, but to spend. Because to spend means it's never coming back. Invest means that it's going to circulate or recirculate. And in one fashion or form, it's going to come back. Profit, residual income, etc. So I learned that, look, my woman could have the most of the money so she could take care of the family. She's an intelligent woman. I don't need all that money personally. What do I need to do? Once you have some clothes to put on and a roof over your head, food, your car, everybody has their habits and their hobbies. But then what do you need an excess of money for? It's beautiful. I love money. But I'm just saying we should invest the money. We should save the money. We should not spend the money on things that we don't need trying to impress the next man, the Joneses. Understand? So I'm speaking on all of this to encourage, in particular, the black man. In general, men. In particular, the black family, and in general, all families. But I know that black men need this message, and a lot of black women need to forward this message to the black men. And they need to understand also what we go through. Now, there's a lot of pain. I've been unemployed since I was married about 5, 6 times. That's painful. And right before I got married, I was laid off from a retail job. And everything was flowing, everything was good. Like where we lived was affordable, the car was paid for. So my little job and her job, we were good. But that little job, when they yanked that from me, I had 2 months. And I said, well, 2 months before marriage, she still wanted to get married. So, okay. But it's painful. The best thing I did at that time was I always look for a job right away. So, brothers, never sit around like you in a Tyler Perry movie talking about, yo, I'm working on my dream. I'm going to be a rapper, a producer, an actor. That's fine. But sometimes you got to put that to the side and get that money. I don't care if it's a minimum wage job to help her with the electric bill or the car note or the food or the daycare, etc. Don't sit back talking about one day my dream's going to come true. You see, what you going to think then? No, man, it's about keeping it real for real, keeping it 100, keeping it a buck by bringing in $100. Actions speak louder than words. So when I lose a job, I hit the pavement the same day. I walk through the mall looking for help wanted signs and fill out 10 applications per day. I'll go online, another 10 applications. Monster.com, Career Builder, Indeed. See, I know them all. You know what I mean? And the company websites, cover letter, resume, whatever it takes, Zoom, whatever you want to do, let's get it popping because I got to take care of my woman and my child. Now, it's painful when you lose that job and you got to go down to unemployment. It's a little embarrassing or a little hurts the ego. But you know what? I got to do what I got to do for my family until I get a job. And they make you wait on these lines, they ask you questions, they harass you, they slow you down, there's red tape, and everybody in there is depressed, and it's like, oh my God. And when I sit home for a little while, when I'm home, those TV shows, don't be watching Judge this and Judge that, and those commercials about how sick you can get and what drugs you need, and bad credit and all of that'll get you depressed. So when you're home, you better keep that Les Brown, the motivator, on motivational speeches and positive affirmations and prayer, whatever your spiritual discipline is. Keep that going, because the number one thing to keep is your mind calm and focused, and your lady has to respect that. As long as you're moving and trying, she has to respect that. But she ain't gonna get no happy as days go on, and she's paying all the bills, and things are, gonna get cut off, and there's death threats and cut off notices. She ain't gonna get no happier. So you got to get out there and hustle. I've done Uber before. That other thing with the food. I did that for a minute. And I worked everywhere. Trust me. But what happens when I go out there to get a job right away? Usually what happens, I'll get one job and then like three more will call me, and it's like, oh, which way do I go? Which one do I choose? Then it's like a dilemma, but that's a good problem. Somebody gonna be mad at me because I'm like, sorry, I know I said yes, but I can't work here or whatever. But that's a good problem, because now we back in the groove. I can pay these bills and let my bride relax. Because when one person in a family is down, everybody's down. If wife is upset, they say, happy wife, happy life. That's true. Happy wife, happy life. But it's also true if your children are down. Something going wrong, they're going astray, they sick. If the man is down. So we always have to be gentle with each other and loving and kind. We have to do our best. That's the practice. That's the art. I always say, if you could go out to the corporation, to the job, in the streets, in the public, and be kind and courteous to people. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Good night. Have a good day. Thank you very much. Blah, blah, blah. Come again. Well, don't walk back in your house, which is your temple, your heavenly abode, and then start going at each other. If you need some more time, go out and take a walk. Go to the park. Work out. Go to the gym. Go to the church. Go wherever. But when you come back in your house, you need to respect your mate and your children. Man, this is what you got to understand. I believe that we were put here for a reason beyond just sticking and moving, if you know what I mean. Just partying and having sex. When we were children, we had the opportunity to play, play, play. Run wild. When you were teenagers, you had the opportunity to run wild. When you were in the college level, you had the opportunity to run wild. Now, at what point do you become a responsible adult and realize that this is all about legacy? This is all about legacy. What does that mean? That means that you have to let the young people, your wife, your family, inherit who you are and what you have produced before you pass away. So, who are you? What are you generating? What are you producing? What will your people inherit? Now, of course, we want to inherit money, but we also want people to inherit wisdom, guidance, how to maneuver through society and through the world. But you running around there chasing booty ain't going to do it. At what point are you going to say, God gave me this woman, God gave me this child, and my responsibility is to help to nurture, cultivate, protect, and guide? At what point do you do that? And I'm going to tell you something. Even though there's pain in trying to get it right, Every day there's so much joy because I asked God for a family. I asked God for a good woman and a good child, and I got it. Now, who can mess that up? Me. Right? Who can mess that up? You. Because the minister says, I learned a lot from the minister. I learned a lot from a lot of people, but he's popping up in my mind when it comes to this one. I got to give credit where credit's due. He said, behind every no good woman is a no good man. Man made her that way, messing over her. Shout outs to Idera Atiri for inspiring me to put these messages out here on Instagram, Facebook, social media. Um, Shout out to my wife, Miss Melanin, my son, Sonny. All right. So it's about legacy. At some point, we have to build our community. We have to become a tribe. You don't have to love everybody, even though you should. I don't know why you wouldn't. You don't have to like or respect. Well, you got to respect everybody. That's my point. You don't got to like everybody. You got to respect everybody. Okay? And just like you want to be loved, liked, and respected, you definitely want to be respected, right? So you have to respect. All right? We should be nation building, brothers, not street hood building, not building the projects. And I come from the tenements in Harlem and the Bronx, so I ain't knocking nobody. I got family in the projects. What I'm saying is, we shouldn't be renting. If we're renting, the goal should be to own. And I know mortgage means dead, liar, all of that, but I'm saying it's better to own than to rent. It's better to leave something for your people than leave them nothing at the end of your life. And please don't let people have to pay for your funeral. Take out life insurance. Okay? Like $100 a month or something. Come on. Every 2 weeks, whatever it is. Let them take it out your check. Some people say, oh, God will take care of it. Right. God gave you money so you could get life insurance. This is America. I don't know. Some people say all this other stuff, whatever. This is America, and you better have some life insurance. Else you ain't nothing but a bum leaving people to, pay for your funeral. That's sad. So the art is like the art of being a man is making sure you do whatever is legal and necessary at this juncture in good times, in civilized times. Do whatever is good and necessary to take care of yourself and your family. And you put yourself first only to put your woman and your child first. In other words, I got to be healthy to help them. But it's all about them. Because it was all about reproducing self. Now he's here. So they say, like, if somebody had to get thrown off the boat, who's it going to be? The woman can still reproduce. I can reproduce. But they say the woman can reproduce in a child. In other words, I got to take a bullet for my family. Some of y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to run so you can just mess in somebody else. But you ain't going to take a bullet for her. If you ain't going to protect her, then don't mess with her. You know. So that's what's up with that. But the joys, I can't even express how happy I am every day that the Creator wakes me up and I could look at my wife and look at my son and see all of us developing. Because my wife and I, we're still learning each other, but we've learned each other's strengths, weaknesses, likes, and dislikes to the point where, for the most part, we mesh now. We didn't always. We both have defense mechanisms. We both have egos. You know what I mean? And everybody does. And what you have to learn in a relationship is It's not competitive. It's not you against me, me against you, who's smarter, who makes the most money, all of that. It's about, like Houdini, the rap group said, you and me one on one against the world. You know? It's us together becoming one. Just like they said when you took your vows, man. Let no man put us under. We are one. And cheating. Some of y'all brothers still want to cheat again. It's just the question of, are you a man or you a boy? At what point are you going to stop chasing the cat when you already got a cat at home? You got a feline at home, but you're chasing an alley cat. Whatever kind of cat. You know what I'm saying? At one point, do you get control of your passions and self discipline so that you can focus on bigger things? If you have big plans, plan A, plan B, plan C, you want to do big things, you don't have no time for to be running after booty every time it walks past you. Your goal should be your wife's goal and your children's goal. And that goal should take enough of your time that you don't have time to chase after that. I know it looks great. It's wonderful. Beautiful women. Tempting, tempting, tempting. But is it worth it? And here's something else you don't consider, which we shouldn't have to go to fire and brimstone. But do you want the garden or do you want the fire? Karmic retribution, universal law. What comes around goes around. And all I'm saying is at the end of the day, at the end of my life, I don't want the fire. I don't want to leave people with nothing, but daddy was a damn snake. You know what I'm saying? You know, my husband was a rolling stone, you know, a pimp, a player. I don't want that, man. Will somebody be a good man out here? I want my big picture on the wall. You see, that was a good man. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been at many funerals and people have struggled to say something good. People have struggled. I've been at funerals. They told me to pick something out the Bible or the Quran, me and my friends, to say about some people we knew. It was hard. And I'd open up pages. Every time I open a page, it said something about the fire. I said, oh my God. I've been at funerals and they said he loved his 40 ounces. He loved playing pool and drinking his 40 ounces. That's all they had to say. You know what I mean? Oh, he did it his way, but he fell out on the floor as an alcoholic. But they say he did it his way. I just don't want that. But I don't want it for any brothers, man. And a lot of hate is going around, but I'm digressing. A lot of hate. Like, what is this hate about? We're the same. We want the same things. What is the hate for? Because I'm going to get it and you ain't? And I'm even talking about the P. I'm talking about the money. I'm talking about the health and the legacy. Building up the community. What we have lost is nationalism. Everybody want to be Malcolm X. It ain't about everybody being Malcolm X. It's about us being a group, a communal, having nationalism, sovereignty. Everyone else has nationalism and sovereignty except for us. This is why the Moors say we're not black, because black is in a nation. Black doesn't give you sovereignty. Understand? So we have to get this right. Nationalism, sovereignty, we got to look into that. But in the meantime, who's sovereign? You are. You're your own nation. You're your own temple. You are the sun of the universe. Your universe is your woman and your children. You are the sun. You are the generator. You are the magnetic attractor. You are the provider, providing sunlight and warmth. But that must translate into money. That must translate into emotional stability and the ability to say, "What's wrong, honey? You okay? How can I help you?" A big thing when it comes to marriage and family is sacrifice. Your woman might have to go to the doctor. Your child might have to go to the doctor, to the nursery, to a soccer game. You might have to drive somebody somewhere when you don't feel like it. You might want to watch the football game. You might want to smoke some weed. Whatever you want to do, you getting ready to do it, and somebody says, "Oh, you forgot. I got to go over here." Or, "Can you help me with this? Can you help my auntie with that? Can you help my mother with this? Can you help my brother with that?" And at this point, you got to realize you got into a contract, an agreement to serve your woman and your child. I know you don't like that. We're here to serve humanity. You wasn't put on earth to just keep partying. Party to celebrate, party to party, but don't party like it's your religion and there's nothing else and you know you're neglecting life. Now cipher God. I've been around. Not in a Tupac way. But as a teenager, yeah, but I'm talking about I've learned a lot. And I'm just trying to share it with you. So, yeah, I just wanted to express that, man. It's the most beautiful thing in the world to be there when your baby's born, to be there when your baby graduates every year to a different grade and becomes a young man or young woman. You know what I'm saying? It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful when I'm transparent with my wife. She can pick up my phone anytime, my computers, my laptop, transparent. I don't have no passwords. I ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? And she's the same way. We are transparent. If you really need to go out there and do that, then you might as well just say it and just end it. Instead of being a sneaky person, a snake, a deceptive person. I don't want to be a deceptive person. And everybody gets caught. Chris Rock said it. And Chris Rock had a movie said, "I think I love my wife." And then Chris Rock cheated on his wife with the lady in the movie. I believe it was. I believe it was something like that. But he said everybody gets caught. He got caught. Who did not get caught? Everybody gets caught. Because it's retribution, it's karma. You ain't supposed to be sneaking around. You're a grown man sneaking around. What is wrong with you? You know what a man is? That's the problem. We're not fortunate enough to know what a real man is. And I'll say this, a real man takes care of his responsibilities. Before I go, one time I was young, I was dating a 13-year-old girl. I think I was 15. And Inglewood, New Jersey. We all sitting there on the couch, you know, some other kids too. And my father came in there and said, "Y'all in love?" Yeah, we in love. We in love. He said, "Y'all know what love is?" Yes, we emotions and we care about somebody. You're attracted to. He said, "Love is responsibility." And he left the room.